Okay, hello guys. My name is Keith Rainz. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk about risk, rewards, lot size, and how to calculate pips. Okay, so this is a lesson in my Forex trading course found on my website. It's actually 100% free. If you're watching this from YouTube, click the link in the description and enroll right away. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so from this one you will learn about the lot sizes, how to calculate them, and how to calculate risk, reward, and counting pips. Okay, so in order to be a great trader, you have to understand the basics and fundamentals. So from this lesson, you will learn about lot sizes, you will learn about how to calculate risk versus reward, and the last thing you'll learn is to calculating pips. Okay, so these are some of the things beginners find difficult when learning how to trade forex. Okay, lot sizes have to be correct. If you put the wrong lot size in your trade, you might blow your account. Okay, so if you didn't know what a pip is a unit of measure to determine how much money we make per pip in a trade. Okay, so how do you determine pips? Okay, so to convert lot sizes to dollars per pip, you move the decimal point one time to the right. So for example, 0.01 lot size is 0.10 per pip, 0.02 is 0.20 dollars per pip, 0.10 is $1, 0.20 is $2, 0.26 is $2.60, 0.30 is 3.00 per pip, um, 0.45 is $4.5 per pip, and 0.83 lot size equals to this. Okay, the list goes on up to this lot size. I don't know if is where you can enter this big lot size. Okay, so this is how you convert lot sizes to dollars per pip. Okay, so let's talk about risks and risk reward. Okay, so how much this is about how much you're willing to lose and how much you're willing to gain. So what is the risk? So risk is any amount you're willing to lose in a trade, and the reward is how much money you want to make in a trade. So let's take this example here. Okay, I want to draw the horizontal lines on my MT4 or MT5, but I'll just explain this in theory. Okay, so for example, we've got this entry point and I've got this stop loss here. Okay, and we've got the take profit, which is this one here. Okay, and the take profit, which is this one. So the long sell order is like the entry point minus stop loss is equals to risk. So that's how you calculate risk. So risk is equals to entry point minus stop loss. So that is the risk. So let's say for example the entry point is this one, then we subtract the stop loss. In all cases, in working out the difference, disregard the last digits. In this case, the last digit is figure 1 on all values entered. So entry point is this one, minus stop loss is equals to negative, is equals to this one. So this represents 17 pips. So you have to disregard the decimal in all cases. So how about reward, the money want to like make? Okay, so let's say for example, so how do you calculate reward? Reward is actually entry point minus take profit. So the take profit is, you can say it's any take profit you feel like, but that to be more careful. So the entry point minus take profit in all cases you have to disregard the last numbers in this case. So entry point minus take profit is equals to this here. So this represents that uh, 53 pips is our reward. Okay, so and this reward ratio in this case is the risk is 17 pips and the take profit, okay, 53 pips, so it's equals to 1 to 3 ratios. Okay, so let's go to number 2, the short buy. Okay, so the entry point here is this one, and the stop loss we've set to this one, and the take profit, okay, and the take profit is this one. So the risk, you're going to subtract the entry point minus the stop loss, and you're going to get 24 pips is our risk. Okay, and the reward, we're going to calculate the entry point minus the take profit, and you're going to get 65 pips. Okay, so in this case the reward has to be high and the risk has to be low. So this risk reward ratio is 24 pips into 65, which is giving us a 1 to 3 ratio. So let's go to example number 3. Okay, so this one is a US dollar and JPY. Let's say the entry point is this one, and the stop loss is this one here, and our take profit is this one here. So the same principle applies here as well. Disregard the last numbers or digits. In this case, the numbers digits are 7, 0, and 8 on these three values entered. So risk reward is entry point minus stop loss, okay, which will give us the 6 pips, this one here, and the reward is entry point minus take profit, which will give us 107 pips. So in this case, the risk reward ratio is 36 pips to 107 pips, is very close to a 1 to 3 ratio, meaning risk is equal to 36 pips and reward is equals to uh, with these pips here. Okay, so let's go to example this 4. So assuming that you've got $200 in your live account or demo, what size of lot are you going to use in your trade? Okay, this is the interesting part you've reached now. So from example 3, let's apply a lot size of 0.02, which is $0.20 per pip. So risk reward is the risk is 36 pips times lot size, so equals to $7. Okay, so this $7.20 loss is the risk, is the amount uh we are cool with losing. And let's now calculate the reward, okay, based on this amount you have in the account. So the reward is 107 pips times the lot size of 0.20, and we're going to get this as the reward. So 21.40 is our reward. So in this trade, we are risking $7.20 against a reward of 21.40, which gives us a risk versus reward ratio of 1 to 3, of which it's a good thing, as you can see from here. Okay, so even if you lose in this trade, the risk of $7.20 is manageable. Okay, and you should always aim for this ratio or higher. So let's go to example number 5. Okay, let's assume that you've got $200 again in your live account and you use the wrong lot size. Okay, so let's say you have used lot size of 0.80. Yeah, I remember doing this, like trying to make huge amount of money fast. Okay, and the 0.80 lot size, which is $8 per pip. So the risk will be 36 pips times lot size, will give us $288. Okay, so this is the amount you are risking. So because you have used the wrong lot size, and if you lose this trade, all the money in the account will be gone. Yeah, so that's the bad thing of using wrong lot sizes. So all the money will go away to be wiped. So it is very important to use the correct lot size in trades to avoid being stopped out. Always check your lot size against what is in your live account. Okay, so let's go to example number 6. In this example, we have a situation where the risk and reward pips are almost the same. Okay, so let's say the entry point is this one, and the stop loss we've put is this one, and the take profit we've chosen this one. Okay, so we should always remember to disregard the last numbers when subtracting. So risk is entry point minus stop loss, giving us 30 pips, and the reward is entry point minus take profit, giving us 39 pips. So the reward ratio of this is 1 to 3. Okay, and we can reward of 90 pips to execute the trade. We therefore have two options. So the first option is that do not execute this trade. Okay, this is the first option. And the second option is that we have to adjust our take profit. If we adjust our take profit to meet the required number of pips, the scenario will be as follows. Okay, so our reverse take profit is now this one instead of this. Okay, and the reverse reward has now changed. Reward is equals to entry point minus take profit, which will now give us 176 profit pips. So 176 pips are definitely better than it's 9 pips. Okay, so all I have to know is that trading is all about maximizing rewards. Let's go to example number 7. Let's assume that you have a live account or a demo account which has $400, and let us use the lot size of 0.03, which is 0.30 per pip. Okay, so the risk is um, times 30 pips, of which will give us, okay, so $9 is our risk, and the reward of which will be $52, which is also good because there's a ratio of 1 to 3. So this is a good trade. We are risking $9 against the reward of $50. Okay, so to summarize this, okay, we here the top points. You have to know that uh, forex is not gambling. Okay, we should always trade with a purpose, and you should not chase money, but you have to chase pips. Okay, and also should make sure that at no time should you risk more than 5% of your account. Okay, so you have to risk 3% maximum if you want to be safe. Okay, and the last thing you have to know is that you have to protect your capital. Okay, this means that when you start trading, don't make losses below, like don't go negative below the amount you deposited here. So for example, if you deposit $20, you make $50 and you make a loss of $10. Yeah, like the loss is not big because the loss has not affected your capital you deposited. So make sure that your loss never reaches your capital. Okay, so this lesson was prepared with the help of Mulenga and I myself. Okay, so my aim is to help out other people who like to learn forex, because I do not want anyone to pass through the mistakes I passed through. Okay, none of this forex course is 100% free. If you're watching this from YouTube, you can click the link in the description and enroll right away. Okay, so if you'd like to share your own knowledge about forex trading, you're free to do that. You can just contact me, and I can include the lesson in one of my forex topics. Doesn't matter what topic it is, as long as you like to help, then you can. So this is Keith Rainz. Okay, all links are in the description. Bye for now. Okay, so as for me, I've completed this lesson, so I'm gonna click on complete lesson right away. Okay, so I've completed this lesson. Okay, if you have any other questions while you're then, you can just click on the contact lesson teacher. Okay, you can contact me there and then, and I can get back to you there and then by replying. So it's actually easier. So bye for now.